Welcome to the 38th episode of Indie and Music Industry World. Ladies and gentlemen, the Hayloft Band.
Hello, guys.
Hey, how's it going?
How's it
Hello.
going? I'm good. You? Thank you so much
Good.
for. We did it finally.
We did.
Congrats
We
so
did.
much
Thanks
for
having
your music. It's amazing, guys. Congrats so
me.
much.
Thank you.
How was formed the band? So, tell me something about the band. How did you met?
We hold on one second. I'm fixing an audio thing real quick.
Okay. Do you listen me?
1 second. Okay, can you hear us okay?
Yeah, I see you. Yeah.
Cool.
Nice.
Okay, we fixed
Cool.
it. We fixed it. Cool.
So, tell me about the Hayloft. How did you form the band? How did you met?
Sure. So I'm Kaiser. This is Dov. We both moved to Nashville, around 11, 12 years ago now.
Yeah, it's about.
And we were working in restaurants, and we were working in the same restaurant, and just started talking about music. There's a band we both liked called Everything. They're out of the UK, and we were both just like, you like everything, I like everything. Let's talk some more. And then I sent a demo over, and we just kind of started from there.
Yeah.
Cool. Where did the name Hayloft came from? Why did you chose that name for the band? That's cool.
Yeah, it's thank you. It's actually a reference to a song that we like called Hayloft by a Canadian band called Mother. They're pretty great.
Yeah, I absolutely love your sound because it's just like a mix of a lot of instruments, just like from rock, to. It's very particular. How do you describe your sound?
Yeah, we've someone that saw us described us as prog adjacent, which we kind of like because it's we have elements of rock, of indie, of alternative, but then also some progressive music, and
That's
so
amazing.
we kind of just like that prog adjacent look.
Congrats so much for your album. Tomato is wow, smash. How was the process
Thank
of the creation of the album?
Yeah, so we at the time were just a three-piece. It was Dov, myself, and this other guy named Mike,
Yeah.
who's no longer with the project. But basically, they lived together, and I would just come over almost every day, and we would write music and spit ideas at each other. And we all come from pretty different backgrounds, so we tomato kind of landed where the three of us met creatively. I would bring something, and they would they would add something, and then Mike would add something, and then we had something unique.
Which is your most more than personal songs of it?
Oh, most personal songs of the record?
Yeah.
For me, it's Banner Fair and Rosebud. I wrote those two songs when I was living overseas, and so they're attached sentimentally to a really particular time in my life. They're probably my favorite.
Yeah, I'm probably with No Wonder. I'm really proud how we were able to go in a bunch of different musical directions for that and hit them all, I think, pretty cleanly. So
yeah, I love No Wonder is amazing. Allowed to.
Thank you.
How was the song process? Did you maybe start from the instrumentals? From the lyrics. How is your writing process?
I'll let you speak to that because you had to deal with my bullshit.
Yeah. For Tomato, he had demos. Kaiser had demos for all of them, and then sent them over. And then we really just kind of destroyed them and then built them back up. Some of them were pretty easy to find. Loud was very much like his demo, but then No Wonder in particular, I think went through 5 or 6 different iterations of different genres, and it never quite felt right until we finally found that one. So it really started off with demos that we would just see
And
what
like
was
pretty garbage demos too. I'm talking about like voice memos that are out of key, you know, and like maybe a grainy video from
Yeah.
photo booth on an old
Yeah.
MacBook. You know, it's not good.
Yeah.
So
Cool. Which are your most biggest influences, you know, that to create your sound, all the sounds of the album?
which songs? Oh man.
Yeah, I think that's a hard one to answer because that we come from different places.
Yeah.
One of us might come from an acoustic place, one might come from a pop place, and someone will come from metal or something, and we just have to like sort of find it. And there's not really one song. We would go through the album and say, oh, that's called the Muse section, because we're like, oh, that sounds kind of like Muse, or
Yeah.
that's the Beatles section.
Or that's the Panic at the Disco section.
Yeah, that's
or
the Panic
whatever.
section. Yeah, so one is kind of hard to say, but we just took everything that we knew.
I counter that.
Yeah.
I think we can talk about everything,
Okay.
because the three of us really liked the first couple records that they put out.
Mhm.
To span out the UK, they had a song called Kimasabi that we liked a lot.
Oh yeah.
A song called Cough Cough that we liked a lot, and then Suffragette
Yeah.
that was pretty influenced the three of us at the time.
Cool. I've seen just like some of your videos. That's why I really can't wait to see you live. There's a lot of light, you know, and an important part that is the visual part. How much the
Mhm.
visual, you know, is important for you, and how can you represent the music, you know, with a visual part, you know?
Yeah. That's a tremendous question,
Yeah.
and a huge priority for us. Because, you know, it's 2025, anybody can play music, you know, but it's about the story. It's about how you engage with the audience. It's a conversation, right? And you can watch anybody get up there and shred, you know, that's fine. But if you don't attach any sort of like story or visual or emotion to it, you forget about it.
Yeah.
And so last year we bought 2 big LED screens. They're 6 foot tall, maybe 2 feet wide. And we have video and live feed and visualizers that sync up with every song during our sets. So it's always, you know, if your mind kind of wanders or if your eye kind of wanders, you can latch onto something cool and then come back to the song. So
Cool. Which are the difference between with the approach from the live shows and the recording session, you know? Do you find some difference, you know, maybe the energy?
Yeah, it's actually funny. For the whole album, Tomato Tomato, we didn't play a live show. We just kind of wrote music and said, we'll figure it out when we get to live shows.
yeah,
And so we just wrote as good music as we can. But then we have some more songs that we haven't released yet, but we've played them live. And for those, we've gone on the approach of like, hey, let's think about the live show when we record these, when we write them. And I actually love that because we have differing writing processes now. We have one where we just said, we'll figure it out later, and one that it's like, this is definitely for a live show. And it's been really fun to like incorporate both because they do feel very different.
I see now why bands do it that way instead of the way that we did, because it was so hard. You know, Tomato Tomato has like 30 or 40, sometimes more instruments per song, and there's only 4 of us. Like, how do you do that, you know? So now we have these like rules, and it helps us, I think, bring it to a live setting a little bit better.
You know, it's just like the energy on stage is cool. Which are your memorable moment on stage?
Memorable moment on stage, man.
Oh man, okay. I like Jorts Fest.
Yeah.
That was probably mine. We played a festival here in Nashville called Jorts Fest. That's kind of a ridiculous and silly festival because it's all about jorts, jean shorts. And so everyone's kind of like dressed funny or just being silly. But we were playing the show and having a great time, but we would notice like behind the bar, people would come out from the kitchen, from the bar, and like take videos. Like, and it was, they didn't need to. they were genuinely very curious by us and like, whoa, that's cool music. And we had people come out after behind the staff. That was cool.
One of my favorite ones was in May. We're playing with this band called Knights of the Round.
Yeah.
They're from Chicago. They exclusively do metal covers of Final Fantasy songs. They're great. Shout out to our friends in Night of the Rounds. But it was kind of a video game themed stack of bands that night. And so we were like, what if we play the Pokemon theme song during like hidden in one of our songs? And so we did. And we had like Pikachu like on the freaking screens and stuff just for like 45 seconds, you know.
It was in the middle of a Justice.
Yeah.
So it's just fun stuff like that.
That's cool. As you're in a band, how do you balance your individual creativity?
Yeah, good question. I don't know. It's a lot of just saying yes. We try not to say no immediately because that gives people it turns people off, you know, and I think it's bad for creativity. So it's a lot of like yes ands, like you'll come up with something and then we'll yes and it. I'll add something to it. It's like, yes, let's do that and let's do this too. And then suddenly you're building together.
Yeah, I think what's really nice about us is that when we write something, we leave our ego out of it. It's we write it and say, okay, now the rest of you, what do you think? And if someone says it's great, great. If someone says, that's pretty bad, start over, or like, I have something better, like I take no offense to that. Cool, let's start over.
Yeah.
I mean, just prepare some new material, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, can you say that again?
Just prepare some new tracks, you know, maybe to release a new EP right now.
Oh.
Yeah, we have a few ones coming. There's a song called Thirsty that we've been performing live for like
several months now.
Almost a year. We did it at the basement last year.
Oh my god. Yeah, oh my god. That is almost a year ago. Whoa.
Yeah. Thirsty, one's called Rumble, one's called Yearn, one's called DNA. We have a bunch of stuff that's written within the last year or two.
And two of them we've been playing live. Already part of the live set since we've added them. So that's been fun. And then a bunch that are, you know, down the pipeline.
We've been experimenting with the vocoder a little bit for at least one of the songs, and that one tends to hit pretty hard.
That's my favorite one to play live.
Yeah.
So we're excited for whatever the new singles and EPs are coming out too.
I cannot wait to see you in Europe too, guys. I mean, just like sometimes I'm in the US, I'm most in Italy, so I wait you there. What do you?
Well,
count on me for every support, you know, to your music. And what do you want that people take away from your music?
I think it's just, you know, having fun. We came up with our music with the idea of like, we want to do something very interesting, something that's, you know, if you listen to it, there's going to be something, a little hidden nugget or something fun in it. But we also want it to be very connectable. Like if you just ignore it and kind of have it on in the background, it's still enjoyable. You can play it to someone who isn't a huge music person and they'll still like it. And so when they listen to our music, that's kind of what we want. We want that relatability, but also interest. And that's the same thing for live shows. We want to have some fun, but also, you know, give the concert goers, the listeners, a fun experience.
Yeah, and to add to that, I'd say like two things. The first off is like music is the great connector. It's the great unifier, you know, across all languages, backgrounds. Every culture has music, you know, it just exists. And so it's been fun to see, you know, how our music has been taken in different countries like Italy, and, you know, we've talked with some people in Europe and South America. So that's really cool. Just like with all of the crazy stuff happening in the world, trying to divide us, our music unites, and that's important, I think. The second thing is like, we chose to do this with our lives. You know, we both moved to Nashville. We're not from here. In fact, no member of Hayloft is from Nashville.
Very true.
But we came here because it's Music City and we want to do music with our lives. And And you can too. If you have a dream, go for it. Like, don't let anybody tell you that you can't, because you can. Just go.
Yeah, I agree with you. Totally. Guys, congrats so much for this beautiful interview. You can count on me for everything, for every support, to share your music. And I can try to send your stuff to someone in the industry too. You totally got my support.
We love that. Thank you so much.
Thank
That's
you
awesome.
too,
Yeah.
guys. Have a good day.
Thank
All
you.
right,
You
thanks.
too.
Bye.
See ya.